Greatness isn't born, it's forged in the moments where time stands still.
What if I told you one baseball was thrown so fast that even professional hitters could barely see it? Today, we're uncovering the unbelievable story behind the fastest pitch in baseball history and why it changed the game forever. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to stand in the batter's box while a baseball is flying toward you at more than 105 miles per hour? Imagine hearing the roar of 40,000 fans. The pitcher stares directly at you. He takes a deep breath, begins his wind-up, and in the blink of an eye, the baseball explodes out of his hand. Before your brain can fully process what's happening, strike three. The crowd erupts. The catcher barely has time to react. And the radar gun flashes an unbelievable number. 105.8 miles per hour. That wasn't science fiction. That actually happened. Today, we're uncovering the incredible story behind the fastest pitch ever officially recorded in Major League Baseball history. We'll explore how one man shattered expectations, why throwing that hard is almost impossible, and whether anyone will ever break this legendary record. Let's begin. Baseball has always been a game of speed, skill, and precision. For over a century, fans have debated one question: who throws the fastest baseball? In the early days of baseball, measuring pitch velocity wasn't even possible. Fans could only guess who threw the hardest based on the reactions of hitters. Legends like Walter Johnson and Bob Feller were said to throw incredibly fast, but nobody knew their exact speeds. As technology improved, radar guns finally gave baseball an answer. Suddenly, every pitch could be measured with incredible accuracy. Pitchers began chasing one magical number: 100 miles per hour. For decades, reaching 100 miles per hour seemed almost impossible. Only a handful of pitchers could do it consistently. Anyone who threw triple digits instantly became one of the most feared players in baseball. But one young pitcher wasn't satisfied with 100. He wanted to throw harder than anyone had ever thrown before. His name was Aroldis Chapman. Born in Cuba, Chapman quickly became known for one extraordinary gift: his arm. Even as a teenager, scouts couldn't believe what they were seeing. Every year, his fastball became faster. Hitters weren't just missing the ball. Many couldn't even see it. When Chapman arrived in Major League Baseball with the Cincinnati Reds, excitement spread across the entire league. Fans packed stadiums hoping to witness something special. Commentators kept their eyes locked on the radar gun. Everyone knew history might happen at any moment. And then, it finally did. On September 24, 2010, Chapman stepped onto the mound against the San Diego Padres. The stadium buzzed with anticipation. Nobody realized they were about to witness one of the greatest moments in baseball history. Chapman began his delivery. His left leg lifted high into the air. His body exploded forward with unbelievable power. His arm whipped through the strike zone with incredible speed. The baseball left his fingertips like a missile. The batter barely started his swing. The catcher secured the ball. The umpire called the strike. And seconds later, the radar gun displayed an astonishing number: 105.8 miles per hour. The crowd gasped. Television broadcasters couldn't believe what they had just seen. Players in both dugouts looked toward the scoreboard in disbelief. Baseball history had just changed forever. That pitch became the fastest officially recorded pitch in Major League Baseball. More than a decade later, it still stands among the fastest pitches ever measured. But here's what makes that achievement even more incredible. Throwing a baseball that fast isn't just difficult. It's almost impossible. To understand why, let's look at the science behind elite pitching. The distance from the pitcher's mound to home plate is exactly 60 feet, 6 inches. At ordinary speeds, that might seem like plenty of room. But at 105.8 miles per hour, the baseball reaches home plate in roughly 4/10 of a second. Think about that. The human brain needs time to recognize movement. The batter must identify the pitch, predict its location, decide whether to swing, and move the bat into position. All in less time than it takes to blink. That's why even the greatest hitters in baseball history have struggled against elite velocity. Some players later admitted they weren't actually hitting the baseball. They were simply guessing. If they guessed correctly, they had a chance. If they guessed wrong, there was absolutely nothing they could do. And Chapman wasn't relying on speed alone. His fastball also had incredible movement. As the ball raced toward home plate, it seemed to rise, making it even harder for hitters to square it up. Many swings completely missed the baseball. Others produced weak ground balls or harmless pop flies. Every appearance by Chapman became must-watch television. Fans didn't just want to see strikeouts. They wanted to see the radar gun. Every pitch carried the possibility of another record. But throwing with that much power came at a price. Could the human body really handle that kind of stress? Or was every record-breaking fastball pushing the arm closer to its breaking point? Throwing a baseball at over 105 miles per hour may look effortless on television, but in reality, it places an enormous amount of stress on the human body. Sports scientists estimate that during a high-velocity pitch, the shoulder and elbow experience forces powerful enough to damage muscles, ligaments, and tendons if the mechanics are not perfect. That is why elite pitchers don't simply train their arms. They train their entire bodies. Every powerful fastball begins from the ground. The legs generate explosive force. The hips rotate with incredible speed. The core transfers that energy through the torso. Finally, the shoulder, elbow, wrist, and fingers work together to launch the baseball toward home plate. If even one part of that chain is out of sync, the pitch loses velocity, and the risk of injury increases dramatically. This is why professional pitchers spend countless hours in the gym. Heavy squats, medicine ball throws, sprint training, flexibility exercises, balance drills, shoulder strengthening, core workouts. Everything is designed for one purpose: to generate maximum power while protecting the arm. Recovery is just as important as training. After every game, pitchers follow strict recovery routines. Ice baths reduce inflammation. Massage therapy helps muscles recover. Stretching improves flexibility. Nutrition provides fuel for repair. Sleep allows the body to rebuild stronger than before. Without proper recovery, even the strongest pitchers would struggle to stay healthy through a 162-game Major League season. Technology has also transformed modern baseball. Today, nearly every Major League stadium is equipped with advanced tracking systems. Every single pitch is analyzed in incredible detail. The speed, the spin rate, the release point, the movement, even the angle of the pitcher's arm is measured. High-speed cameras record thousands of frames every second, allowing coaches to study mechanics that are impossible to see with the human eye. Sometimes, changing a pitcher's foot position by just a few inches can improve both velocity and control. Modern baseball has become a perfect combination of athletic ability and science. But even with all this technology, one question remains. Can anyone throw faster than Aroldis Chapman? Several pitchers have come remarkably close. Jordan Hicks became famous for consistently throwing over 103 miles per hour. Ben Joyce stunned baseball fans with his incredible velocity, reaching speeds that few pitchers have ever achieved. Young flamethrowers continue entering professional baseball every season, each hoping to become the next record holder. Every year, radar guns display higher numbers. Training methods improve. Sports science advances. Athletes become stronger. The dream of reaching 106 miles per hour no longer feels impossible. Some experts even believe that one day a pitcher could touch 107 miles per hour. Others disagree. They argue that the human arm has nearly reached its physical limit. Beyond a certain speed, the risk of serious injury increases dramatically. No matter who is right, one thing is certain. Every generation pushes the limits a little further. Records that once seemed untouchable eventually fall. That is what makes sports so exciting. Every game has the potential to create history. Every young pitcher dreams of standing on a major league mound. Every child throwing a baseball in the backyard imagines hearing a packed stadium cheer after firing the fastest pitch anyone has ever seen. Perhaps somewhere at this very moment, a teenager is developing the talent that will one day rewrite the record books. Maybe the next fastest pitch in baseball history hasn't happened yet. Maybe it will happen next season. Or maybe it will happen years from now. No one knows. But that's the beauty of baseball. The impossible has a way of becoming possible. When Aroldis Chapman threw that unforgettable 105.8 mile/hour fastball, he didn't just set a record. He inspired an entire generation of pitchers to believe they could throw even harder. His name became part of baseball history. His record became the standard every power pitcher dreams of breaking. And every time a radar gun flashes 100 miles per hour, fans remember the incredible moment that proved just how far the human body can be pushed. The next time you watch a baseball game and see a pitcher wind up on the mound, pay close attention. That next pitch could become part of history. It could be another strikeout, another unforgettable moment, or perhaps the fastest pitch the world has ever seen. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Diamond Baseball, and turn on notifications so you never miss another incredible baseball story. Thank you for watching. See you in the next Diamond Baseball story. Rocket Baseball.